Okay, I'm watching Fallout. It's a TV series that I had no idea about it till yesterday. That someone recommended to me, and I had no idea what to expect because he told me it was about a video game, and I don't know anything about video games. But I expected that if he had nothing, that is not important, and of course it's not. And the first 2 or 3 episodes were good introductions of different evolutions, that the same kind of evolution that I've been talking about in the last at least 1 year, which is an evolution in consciousness. And the only way of getting an evolution in consciousness is after a crisis, big crisis. And all big crises, having a revolution is also a crisis, like industrial revolution and the digital revolution and the artificial intelligence revolution and the 1789 French Revolution. All of them were crises. And the 2008 crisis and the 2001 and the 29th, 73 are revolutions. Is the change are happening every day, every night, continuously. So nothing is the same ever. But only in the history, when we study the history, what we do is compress a lot of months into just few words. And then what is the difference in between the revolution, all these revolutions I was mentioning, and the crisis I was mentioning? There is no difference. Both of them are an evolution in infinite ways. It's all the positive and negative that you can imagine. And in Carol and the End of the World, they are using the same condition, which is a fatal crisis, which is a planet crashing, so the whole humanity is gonna end. So then everybody get what they wanted to do or they wanted to be, and some of them because they wanted, and some of them because the rest of the people would love someone like that, and then you still go for it, because just because the end of the world is coming, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be aware of yourself and you're gonna be connected with yourself and you're gonna be all in once. It doesn't mean that. You don't need that kind of crisis, because some people would continue digging the same cavern. And I've been talking about this so many times. So that's why the crisis and the revolutions, but every day, every night, we are having that. Every day, every night, we are suffering a metamorphosis. We are dreaming and we are transcending from yesterday. All the information till today would be like dark city, but not so crazy. To me, it doesn't sound crazy at all. Sounds like the way I've been feeling it all my life. Today I'm putting the words because I'm watching Fallout, but I was more and more feeling that way in Asia, because the less plans that you have, I didn't have any plans. So what am I gonna do tomorrow? No fucking idea. I don't even think about that question. I don't know. Everything is new. I can be a child and be in awe 24 hours. And that could include working a little bit. It could include Traveling a little bit could include surviving, spending less money, eating and drinking what you really appreciate. And the good thing is that I don't really appreciate alcoholic drinks. And I never appreciated champagne, so I don't give a shit if it is Moët Chandon, because I tasted and it tastes the same, as bad as the normal. So it is, for me, is so ridiculous, and I think 90% of the people are changing their taste into that just because it is expensive, and they get class, and they feel about people like me like very superior. But then when they are at home alone, they feel so fucking miserable, and I never felt inferior because they felt superior. So I don't even feel sorry for those people for feeling that way. It's just like, it is so easy. But it is in all the movies. It is on Tarzan, it is in Charlotte, it is in Woody Allen, it is everywhere. And some people get some of that. At least some people are waking up a little bit and seeing some of that. Some people don't see any of that, of nothing, because they are on the digging cavern of the conflict, of the hate, of this television, not only news, the programs. Where are the programs oriented for developing the evolution of the humanity through the consciousness? Maybe there are few, and maybe somebody are following them. I hope so. And whenever I see all these TV series, there are so many that it's like a spring. They spring you out to consciousness, like The Office. I didn't watch many episodes because I don't have time to watch everything, but I enjoyed a lot. I watched probably 3 episodes, but I went there because I saw Superstore, because I haven't watched series until COVID, nothing. I never finished a TV series until COVID. And then on COVID, I started getting used to that, because I was living my life. I was living my life with no television, at home and outdoors, and that's it. That's how I was living my life. And then COVID came, and no television, but then platforms and online. And I watched many TV series, and then since that I started watching from time to time. I didn't know that there were so many good ones, that it was only 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And Superstore was awesome. Disjointed was awesome. Rich Man, Poor Man, when I was 8 years old, was awesome. La Bola de Cristal, well. But Seinfeld, for me, Seinfeld is, well, I haven't finished. I have to finish this one, Fallout. But I'm also watching Poquita Fe. And I was also watching Trainspotting. And the thing is that I was going to talk about Fallout. And there are so many different is to show the people that it doesn't matter about the color. It matters about the economy. Only the rich people were underground, which should be something like hell, right? I don't know if metaphysically has some meaning. I don't care. And the rest of the people living on the surface with the radioactivity, they had to survive adapting to the new environment. And then the military people, maybe they have a different environment, but I don't know yet the difference, what the ghouls are, what is exactly the difference. I think the ghouls are living like 200 years, and the other people have no idea how how long they last. No idea. This guy with the dog, I don't know how old he was. I don't know if he was like 60 or 159 years. So I think it was like 219 years after that, after the bomb. And now I was seeing how the ghoul is not, well, he didn't offer water to her in the previous episode, he threw it away. And oh, such a bad guy, right? But he was teaching her in a way that you are the one who decides to do things, not judging them. I'm not gonna tell you something because you have so many bias that you're not gonna understand it. So he didn't explain anything to her. But then she was so afraid of the water, and they had the radio, and she drank water, radioactive water. But before that, she was eating a person. So that was right after the question, why do you keep it longer living this way? And she doesn't even know that he is 200 years old, I think. And then he said, I felt the question in many ways, and then he gives the answer, saying that a good question needs a great answer. And why do I have to do all the work? And for me, it's like he's, through the generations, like a sheriff with the real values, and he's not judging. So he's the monster doing the monstrous things, but it is the only available way in that world of doing these kind of things. And then the woman is gonna find out how, well, she's finding, she was so fucking naive, no? She was so naive about that world, and she's still very naive. And now that the water and food are lacking, then she needs. And maybe the other woman has the father probably showing him all the things. And the ghoul was saying, well, in your place, maybe people are saying something and doing a different thing, right? Because when they saved their ass going into there, what did they do? Many people fight another people, kill other people to be there, right? So nobody is free. The one who is free of sin, throw the first stone. And this is like Life of Brian and many other things that they are showing you always that the good values can have completely different faces. But for Christians, for instance, the good values only have the face of the Christianism. If they see Muslim, that's the that's the evil side. If they see in reggae, that's the weed side, and Rastafarians and all these things. So values or hippies or whatever, the values are the values, no matter what the appearance is. So the problem of the people going to just observing the paraphernalia and letting behind the essence, and then they don't see the essence, and the paraphernalia, the beautiful people, right? The softy. Yeah, it was amazing. Fallout.